This episode of Off My Shelf contains coarse language and adult conversation. Listener discretion is advised. My name is Tracy James and welcome to Off My Shelf, a podcast about movies that are, well, off my shelf, where we go through my DVDs and talk about the movies in my collection. In this episode, Tim McLennan joins me in talking about two comedies about men who are unsatisfied with their lives, with Office Space and Old School. Welcome!
Hello!
Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So just to let everybody know, you're going to see like a weird number, and you're just like, this isn't alphabetical, this is strange. Well, this episode was supposed to be out at the beginning of last year, and then through technical difficulties and my life falling apart, it never happened. So, we're back. So this is a special intro episode to 2024 from 2023? I don't know. Whatever.
It was mostly my fault.
It was not. It was fine.
No, it was mine. I was in charge of the recording, and I just did a big oops.
Yes. So in future, do everything myself. Got it. Yes.
Yeah. Don't trust nobody.
Trust no one.
Except us.
Yes, definitely. Well, besides me.
Yes.
I will trust myself.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though at the end of last year, I tried recording on a different platform. And I did a test recording, and it recorded me, and it recorded my guest just fine. And then we did like 40 minutes of recording or something. Then I did like a playback, and it recorded my guest, but not me. So then we had to do the whole thing over again. And I was like, maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Never mind. Okay.
Brutal.
Yeah. And then I had to go back to like the old platform to record. And I was like, okay, fine. At least we know this works. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, what's special about this, you're like the first person in like a year and a half I've recorded in person with, which is crazy.
It's been a spell.
It has been a while, yes. You know, when the world falls apart and, you know, there's doom and gloom everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And people want to stay home and not venture out to chit-chat about movies.
Yeah, especially if it's winter, too.
Yeah, winter puts a damper on things. Like 2 feet of snow, -10... winds going at like 50 kilometers an hour.
Blustering.
Yes. Oh my God. It's very, let's call it unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with unpleasant. That's the word for it. Yeah. Because people enjoy winter. I think they're crazy, but yes, there are people who enjoy it.
I mean, you get like winter sport.
Yeah.
If you're into that if you're into that sort of thing.
Horrible. I mean, I don't mind winter as long as I'm inside and I look outside and I can go, oh, pretty. But the moment I got to put on like the 3 layers of clothes and the boots and the coat and the scarf and the thing to protect my cheeks and my headphones, and it's too much stuff. It's too much stuff.
It's really just the wind for me.
Yeah, but that's the stuff that like makes you feel like your skin's getting ripped off.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing that makes you put on 3 layers of clothes and the earmuffs and the cheek things and the scarf and the rolling your collar up on your...
I think that's what I meant by cheek things. It's rolling up my collar.
Oh.
I was just, after I said it, I was just like, what am I talking about?
I was also a little confused. I wasn't going to challenge you on it, though.
Like, what cheek things? I'm like, oh, it's your collar when you go like this. Yes. That's what it is. It's okay. I speak well sometimes. Possibly. That's it. That's all I got.
I'll believe you.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you're the one with the podcast.
I am the one with the podcast. It's really the listeners that make it worthwhile. So thank you. Yes. So we're here to talk about Office Space and Old School, which
start with the letter O.
Start with the letter O, even though we're all the way into the R's right now.
Oof.
Start with the letter O. And I think it's a fun way to start the year. It's 2 comedies. They're both kind of ridiculous. They're both kind of fun. You know.
Neither of which take place at Christmas or in the winter at all, really.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's all like single layers of clothing, having a good time, just walking outside. You're just like, what? That's
Snoop
crazy.
Dogg's there.
Snoop Dogg's there. It's nuts. Love it. Wait, who else makes... Well, it's Snoop Dogg and his crew.
Yeah.
Doesn't somebody else show up in the movie that you're just like, oh, you're here? I literally watched this last night and I completely forgot already.
I mean, there's definitely a bunch of people that I wasn't expecting to see in it. I mean, I guess we'll just call it now. We'll talk about Old School first.
That sounds fine.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of people in it that you don't expect to show up, like Luke Wilson.
I mean, the whole movie. He is Mitch. He's the Godfather.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I completely forgot that he existed in this movie. So like this is probably like the third or fourth time I've like ever watched it, and it's probably been like 5-10 years since I last watched it.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned this on like the dodgeball episode. I have a fondness for, there's like 3 movies that Vince Vaughn did, and it's Dodgeball, it's this, and it's Wedding Crashers. I enjoy those movies for I don't know why, they just hit a certain button in my brain where I'm like, haha, this is great.
They're like evergreen for you?
Yeah. And so I watch them pretty regularly, and not necessarily my specific DVD, but I watch them a couple of times a year probably.
Yeah.
Like it's on TV or something, and
Yeah.
I'll check it out. So yeah, that seems odd to me. But
yeah,
okay.
no, so like the big things that stick out in my mind about Old School is obviously like a bunch of old guys start a fraternity. Like that's like the main plot, and then they have to like defend themselves against the dean who's like after them.
Yep, Jevon Piven.
Yeah. But I just completely forgot that the movie starts with Luke Wilson coming home early and finding his wife in bed with another couple blindfolded in the bathroom.
And even the wife is a good cameo. It's Juliette Lewis.
I mean, I recognize her, but I can't picture what she's in.
She's in, for some reason I'm only remembering serial killer movies, but California and what's the one with oh my god.
Scream, Jason.
No, serial killer, not
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Serial killer.
Oh, Freaky.
No, it had the guy from Cheers in it, and it's by Oliver Stone.
Cliff?
And oh my god! Now you're making my brain is empty. All of a sudden, I'm just like, Cliff. Am I talking? No, I'm not talking about Cliff. What are you? What? Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson.
Oh, Harrelson. Yeah.
Yes, and Oliver Stone, and it's about a serial killer couple, and like they start by killing her father, who's like a comedian. It's like Rodney Dangerfield or something. He's like psychotic. Why can't I remember the name of this stupid movie? Also, California is a better movie than this other one. Natural Born Killers.
Oh, okay.
Yes. She's also in... Is it her that's in Cape Fear? As well?
I don't know. I haven't seen Natural Born Killers. The only thing about Natural Born Killers that I know is 9 Inch Nails does a song for it.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, she is in Cape Fear.
Okay.
From Dusk Till Dawn. She's the daughter in that one.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen a lot of her news stuff. So everything I think about is like mid 90s or before. Which is around the time where she got quote unquote famous for playing slightly deranged people. She's very good at playing deranged. Yeah. And off kilter and stuff. She did an Old Navy campaign like a couple of years ago. Oh. She was in Starsky and Hutch. She did a lot of these comedies. Old School, Enough. Wasn't she in Girl Interrupted?
No, that was she might have been in it.
I think she was in what she was one of the people. She wasn't so it was Winona Ryder and Angelina Jolie, right?
Was it Jolie?
Yes,
I don't know.
She won the Oscar for that one. Yes, she did.
Okay.
Girl Interrupted. She was in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Yeah, she's in tons of stuff.
Okay.
I'm really surprised you didn't recognize her. She's like...
I mean, like I recognize her face. I just, like, I couldn't name... I'm usually pretty bad with names. I had to look up Luke Wilson in the credits.
Okay.
Because I'm just like, oh, it's that guy.
Got it.
But yeah, no, just totally forgot that the entire impetus of this movie was him moving out and finding a new house. I don't know why that happened. I mean, I guess,
well,
like...
he was sharing... Well, he split up with his girlfriend that he shared a house with. So
yeah.
he moved out and got a new place.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah. So, like, yeah. Forgot that was, like, the entire impetus of the movie. And then, like, of course, Vince Vaughn shows up and he starts, like, kidding out the place. And it's like, it's close to campus. So it's like, yeah, we're going to throw some ragers. We're going to get you back on your feet. We're going to re-release you to the wild. Or, whatever his phrasing was. It was probably something like that.
Yeah, I think it was about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, yeah, so the main things that I remember is, like, okay, old guys running a frat house, Dean's after them, Frank the Tank, and that's, like, the main bits of it. Those are, like, the fragments of my memory that I remember, and then, like, as I watched the movie, I was like, oh, yeah, this thing.
Yes. I mean, I think those are pretty much the quintessential points in the movie. Like, you got it, except for the Luke Wilson thing.
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy! Yeah, which is great. Yeah. Frank the Tank is awesome. But I don't know, like, watching certain parts of this movie, like, this time, I guess because I was being slightly more critical than usual. I don't know what it is. There's a couple things where I'm just like, really? Really? Is this what we're doing here? Like, ugh. Like, that cab driver in the beginning, just, I was like, please don't do that.
Cab driver in the beginning. Oh, yeah, he was telling, like, a racist joke or something?
Oh, no, he used the derogatory F word.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's right.
Like, and it was, like, 0 to 800 in, like, a second. And I guess it was, the whole scene was supposed to be because it was supposed to, like, shock him or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was just like, really? Is that where we're starting this? Oh, no.
Yeah.
No,
I think other than that, though, like, the movie, like, holds up pretty well. Like, it doesn't, like, compare to our modern sensibilities.
Yeah. There is the questionable statutory rape thing throughout the whole movie. But other than that, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, because it's his boss's daughter,
Who's
it turns
in
out.
High school
who's
still.
in high school still,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, because I don't know why this was the first time where I was just like, wait, no, like, this is, they graduate high school at 18, and she's graduating in, at the end of the semester. So that means school just started, which most likely means she's still 17. And I'm just like, ew, that's not right.
Yeah, we'll just pretend her birthday was in January.
Yes, she's a January movie, she's 18. It's still gross, but everything's fine. Mm-hmm. Yes. Got it. And then the other thing that really bothered me was, I know you have to have the divorce for Frank the Tank to work and everything, but at the same time, I was just like, how are you marrying a man and you don't know? It's like she didn't know what he does or is?
No, because she knew. Because she was like, now, don't party too hard. We don't want Frank the Tank coming back.
No, I'm talking about before that, when she, like, comes out to the driveway while he's, like, fixing his car and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very clear that she was just like, we're married, this is not what you're supposed to do anymore, is what it came across as that, to me.
Well, I mean, like, she's obviously, like, very controlling and, like, has reformed him.
Yes.
So, like, I don't know.
But when people get married, yes, you have to make compromises and stuff, but most of the compromises you make should have been made before you got married, if you understand what I mean. Like, you should know about it, you should have participated in each other's hobbies at some capacity.
Yeah.
Or completely ignored it, but know it exists, so you'll be like, this is fine. Or be like, oh no, he loves, Rush. Don't ask me, whatever, that's what came to mind. And he's like, I'll go to a concert with you. It's fine. Then, yeah, you're cool. So then you're like, this is going to be part of my life now. It is acceptable. But in this, it seemed kind of just like, we're married, why aren't you?
Yeah. The other thing, too, is that, like, they don't have a kid. They're, like, they are a couple. They're living together. But, like, they probably don't have brunch plans on Saturday.
No.
At least I didn't get that feeling from their dynamic.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't know.
No, actually, at the party before he turned into Frank the Tank, he was.
I mean, they did have brunch plans.
Yeah,
the
they had
next
brunch
day.
plans, and they were gonna go antiquing and go to Home Depot. I think is what it was.
Yeah,
it was a very full Saturday. Also, that brought up a continuity issue for me.
Oh yeah.
Because Frank the Tank was like, tomorrow is Saturday, I am doing these things.
Mm-hmm.
But then the next day, they wake up, and Mitch is hurrying to go to work and goes to work and bumps in to the girl.
Oh.
At the office. I'm
right.
like, so it's the middle of the week? Is it Monday? Not Saturday? Did they sleep for 3 days? I'm very confused.
Maybe Mitch's boss is just a slave driver.
Possibly.
I feel like he can't really get away with that in North America, though.
No, people would put their foot down.
Yeah.
But also, like, she was in her high school uniform and walked in, which meant she was also in school, which they're not doing.
Yeah, no, that's...
But yeah, for the rest of the movie, that confused me. I'm like, what day of the week it is? What is this? What's going on?
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, they're like, it's been a month. I was like, really?
Yeah, it's like you like Frank's gotten divorced in the span of a month. There's no like real sign as to what happened with Mitch and his wife. It's like, are they divorced? Are they just like in separate houses for a while? Like what's going on with that? Like we don't know.
You didn't watch the post credits?
Well, so there's the post credits thing, which is like that's Frank bumping into her.
Yes.
Which I mean, yeah, sure. I guess they're still separated, but
also,
like
Mitch wasn't. They weren't married.
They weren't married. Oh, they were just living together.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They were his girlfriend because he mentions it about walking into the room
in the wedding speech. Yeah.
Yeah. And
okay.
jump out.
I thought that was the wife, or I thought that they were married rather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they like when that happened, he was just like, "That's not what I want. I broke up. We broke up."
Yeah.
And that's when he moved in there.
Yeah, and that's fair. Like I understand that.
That's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not like. The thing is, the movie's more focused on like shenanigans than like the details.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just like, oh, okay, like sure, especially when like an old man dies and you have a funeral like the next day.
Yeah, speaking of shenanigans.
Oh my God, yes, I love Blue. Blue's great.
Well, wasn't he homeless?
No, he was an old guy who hung out at Speaker City all the time.
Yeah, they just picked him off the bus bench.
Yeah.
Picked him up off the bus bench so that he would pledge so that they could meet their minimum numbers for a fraternity. Yeah, that's right.
And he said he really wanted to be part of it or something. Yeah, because they were going through like the pictures of the people, and he's like, "This guy's like 100." And he's like, "Look, he's just begging to be part of it. Okay, just begging." All right. I do like it when they pick him up off the bench after they pick him up.
when they're going around kidnapping everyone. Yeah,
and
he's like right this way, sir, and he's got like the walker or whatever.
He's walking real slow, and you're like, it's gonna be fine. But everybody else are like, what is it? The first kid, he's like going through the quad, and they almost like run him over.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great.
And then they go grab somebody who's like out shopping with his wife, and then Frank's like, it's like, you call the cops, I'll kill you. And then he like runs away, and then he runs back. He's like, I'm just kidding. We'll have him home by like 6 o'clock.
They're old guys. They gotta be home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's stuff like that where you're just like, this is great. Because half the time you see movies like this and they have a scene like that and it's like a comedy. I'm like, how is nobody calling the cops on these guys? You're just showing up, kidnapping people and running away.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Whereas this is like, oh no, he came back and he told her it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He's probably like calling her from the back of the van. He's like, yeah, honey, this is just a gentleman's club. I'll be back later. Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's it.
That's, I think, something that's kind of interesting about this movie is like, it's a comedy, but like nobody's really getting hurt by it. Like there's no victim
in it. Yes, exactly.
For the most part.
I
mean, there is the one thing with the throwing a brick off the roof.
Oh yeah,
that was.
But he lives and he seems fine.
Yeah. He walked it off.
Yes. He's just like, it's okay. Walk it off. It'll be fine. Every time I see that, I do like a. Like, I don't know why. I'm like, I know it's coming. Yep. I know it's going to be there. I still gasp every time. Because it just, what's funny now as it gets older is it's clearly like,
it's clearly CG.
And CG together. But it looks so bad, but I don't know why. I'm still like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm like, oh, just automatically.
Yeah, just that wince.
Yeah, you're just like, oh my god, that's so wrong. So wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure that's not how physics would work. I'm pretty sure you would lose everything down there.
Yeah, it'd probably just get ripped off instead. Yeah, it's not attached to bone or anything. That's true. Well,
it kind of is.
Kind of. Any other faces you recognize in the movie?
Yeah, actually, what was it? It was Wolowitz. Who was in it from
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory,
yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Spanish.
Oh.
He looks super familiar. I don't know the actor's name. I could not place him in any other movie.
I honestly...
But he's super familiar.
I think he was in, like, Van Wilder or something.
I could also see him being, like, in Community or something like that.
Possibly. Let's see. Who plays Spanish? Oh, there it is.
Rick Gonzalez.
That's a very Spanish name. Wow. He looks very different there.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have his afro.
He was in Coach Carter. He was in Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot? Okay.
These aren't movies. They're TV shows. He mostly did TV. Deuces, Bad Dad
Rehab. Okay.
Made for TV movie. Tough Cookie. Okay, so I think it'd be like, it's mostly TV. Maybe that's why he's recognizable, because he's
been in a bunch of different things. Yeah, an episode of Bones.
Hector. He's in the Lady Gaga Judas music video.
Oh.
Would you know him from that?
Yes.
I know I would know.
He plays Jesus.
I love it. See, I would recognize him from Castle. I've been rewatching that a lot lately.
Oh, he's in Reaper too. That's probably where I recognize him from.
Reaper?
Yeah.
I don't even know this show.
It's got Jimmy from Breaker High in it.
Oh my god, I do know this show. Never mind.
Yeah,
yes.
and he's got the not Swiffer, but he's got like the handheld dust vac, Dirt Devil.
Yeah.
And he reaps souls with it.
That's right. Yeah, they play like the Grim Reaper. Yes. Yeah. I do remember that show. I like that half the time I don't remember some of these older shows, but show me a poster, I'm like, oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
I know exactly what this is. I feel like he was in more movies though. He was in Coach Carter. I've never watched it though. Buffy, The Shield, The Rookie.
Crocodile Dundee in L.A.
Oh, maybe that's what I know him from. He was a gangbanger. I probably would recognize him from that one.
Yeah.
That's just dude in the background standing looking tough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, most of his other stuff, I think it's from just seeing him on all the different TV shows.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah, no, definitely a familiar face. For sure.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was really it for me. I mean, besides, like, Snoop Dogg, obviously.
Well, there's Sean William Scott, the guy
he was
with
in
the petting zoo.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the hat.
And there's a tranquilizer.
I love that tranquilizer scene. When he, like, gets up and it's slow motion and...
Yeah, he falls down and he breaks the table. And then he's like, you think he's
Godzilla.
out. You think he's out. And he's like...
My favorite shot is when they do, like, from his perspective, and there's, like, a kid in front of him, he just, like, takes his whole head and just pushes him aside.
Just hand on face.
Every time that makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. I love it. And then there's Ellen Pompeo, who plays, like, his high school crush or whatever. She's from Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, okay.
The main lady of Grey's Anatomy. But yeah, those are the...
I never read that book.
Neither have I. But the storytelling they do on TV is fantastic.
Let's see, what else do I have here? I have just random note, boarded up house, windows, doors, everything. I have no idea what that's in reference to. So I have divorce with a bunch of question marks. That's probably in reference to how quickly that divorce went through. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah,
because they even went to like I'm assuming it's just one session of couples therapy and then got divorced.
Yeah. There was only the one.
Yeah, they weren't even trying.
Yeah,
I was like, come on, guys.
We should bring that back to transition into the other movie.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right. So the parts that you're saying with like walls, boarded up walls, doors, everything.
Yeah. So is that a quote?
That's the note Frank leaves on the house when Mitch comes home and they've kicked them all out.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. And then he signs it, I love you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple other quotes here. So plot wise, the dean is onto them, and so they're basically just a party frat, but there's like rules in the
school charter
and stuff like that. And also, I totally forgot that he got like the would-be valedictorian to like narc on them or like try to narc on them, and so they're like sitting in this like giant empty stadium. And then she like sits down on the robe in front of him, and he's like, "Don't turn around."
Because he's a tough guy. This is serious.
Yeah,
it's very important. Even though she knows exactly who you are.
Yeah,
seeing your face isn't gonna make a difference.
Yeah, and it's like you got to get rid of Phi Alpha Kappa. It's like, what? No way. They throw the best parties.
It's true. That party did seem pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean Snoop Dogg was there.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I would have gone to those. My school did not. Parties weren't that cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly.
No, same. I mean...
But I think that's for, like, most movies that have, like, a party sequence in it, unless they do one of those, like, this is the lamest party ever, most parties are never anything.
That
like,
spectacular?
Yeah. Like, you think about...
It's like... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you think about, like, all of those, like, 80s movies and stuff where the whole movie is about this epic party that's gonna happen. Those epic parties don't actually happen in real life. That's craziness. Yeah,
or like the frequency of them is definitely much lower. It's like if you're at a party, it is way more low key, and it's like if you see this party happening, this is like the party of the year, possibly of your like 5 years in college or university.
Yeah. Whereas a lot of them, they're just like, oh, she throws one of these parties every year. You're just like, does she or does he? That seems crazy.
Yeah, I mean, counterpoint, Queen's Homecoming is a huge thing.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. So, Queen's University up in Kingston.
Yeah.
They have homecoming every year, and so depending on which year you graduate, so like if I graduated in 2001, then that means that every decade, so like 2011, 2021, that's your year to like come back to the university for homecoming.
Okay.
And so, you know, you go there, you go to the football game and like all the stuff, and you kind of wander around and stuff like that. But it's also basically a huge party weekend for everyone else.
Okay.
And so there is basically that weekend is just huge party weekend. So I had a couple friends who went there, and so I went up for for homecoming.
Yeah.
Didn't do any of the school stuff because A, didn't understand, B, didn't go there. But like basically all of everybody living in the student ghetto is just a huge party weekend. Mm-hmm. And there's one like 2-block radius that is just absolutely packed every year. Like it's wall to wall people. Just
two whole blocks.
They're small blocks.
Yeah.
They're like maybe like if you picture it in your mind, it looks like a window frame. Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, the north-south street is Aberdeen. Aberdeen.
I know nothing about the area.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I just remember Aberdeen because that's where Kurt Cobain's from.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, basically you picture it like a classic window, like the four pane glass window, and like that's the size or that's like the layout of it. Mm-hmm. And basically like each block is like 3 or 4 houses. Mm-hmm. And it's like a square. Yeah. So basically that the entire like center portion, like the plus section of the window, is just packed with students. So it's all over the lawns, all in the street, and like it's just nuts.
So it's a block party.
It's a block, yeah. It's a huge block party.
Yeah.
And so the first year I went, we didn't go to it. Mm-hmm. But like a few of our friends like left to go check it out. And it was just super, like, they came back and it was like, it's super nuts. There's cops everywhere. They have, like, giant cinder blocks blocking off the streets from cars. Mm-hmm. Just the whole 9 yards. So we get home from the first year, and like a day later, my friend's mom is like, "So, homecoming, eh?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Go to any block parties? Flip over any cars?" And apparently the Toronto Star had an article where there's an overturned car and there's a young man with a bottle of liquor in his hand, standing on top of the car.
Was this your friend who they sent to check it out?
No. It wasn't. So the image was captioned, Queen's University student partying on top of car, or something like that.
Yeah.
They had to issue a correction the next day, because it wasn't a Queen's University student. It was a high school student.
Oh my god. Okay.
So anyways, overturned cars, lots of fun. So like this is like the party.
Got it.
So
this is the party the movies keep trying to be like, this is how parties should be.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, we went the next year, and this time like we knew somebody in that area, so like we went over there to, check it out. And I think the first year they didn't have the cinder blocks up, which is why the car was there. So I think in order to prevent that, the second year, they put up the blocks up too.
Yeah,
so
if your car gets trapped in here, it's your fault.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
like no doubt the owners of those homes, who basically just rent to the students, for, most of the year, their insurance is absolutely sky high.
Of course. Because every year they're going to be like, look, we're putting in another claim. We're missing like 8 windows. Part of the back is burnt. There's foam and water damage in this back corner over here. Shit, I got to redo the lawn. Like, everything's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, for fuck's sake.
I mean, like, honestly, besides the absolute number of people there, it was like, I would call it tame. Like, there's no, like, undue acts of violence. Nobody's throwing Molotov cocktails or anything like that. But, like, it's just, like, a huge party.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you get a ton of people together, it's just the amount of people that's the issue, not really anything else.
Yeah.
They could be the calmest people, but you're standing around on someone's lawn. Guess what? The lawn's gonna get ruined, or there's too many people leaning on something. Something might snap or break, or you can try to anticipate these issues and try to make it better.
That's true.
But something's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah. And I think the second year that we went up, they did have like a first aid tent set up. I don't know if that was there the first year, but they did have like a big tent, lots of lights, ambulance, tons of water. So you could just go up there and like grab a free bottle of water.
Hydrate and everything. Yeah, exactly. Which is good.
Yeah. And I think that was it was probably based on the year before.
People got a little too drunk and a little too crazy.
Yeah, but so I think that like hydration station was set up by the student body and probably came out of some sort of budget from the school.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that usually drives me crazy about like a lot of events, especially ones that happen in the summer. And you have a bunch of alcohol. Yes, people are paying for the alcohol and stuff, but for some reason you can't get water to drink, or the water runs out, or the water is more expensive than buying another beer, and you're just like, and then they're like, oh my god, why are there so many drunk people here? Oh my god, why are people falling all over each other? Oh my god, why is it going nuts? I'm like, it's because you're not giving people access to a thing that they need to prevent this from happening. You know? Like, yeah, you have $6 beers. Awesome. A bottle of water is $8, and there's nowhere to sit, and it's direct sunlight, and people are going to pass out. People are going to be like, yeah, I'm thirsty, but it's $6 for a beer. I'm going to have another beer. Like, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. And like, just the sun alone does a number on you.
Oh, so bad. So bad. Yeah. It's crazy. But I'm glad they were just like, no, free water for everybody. That just makes sense. Also, I do have one tidbit of trivia from the movie.
Okay.
You know, at the beginning, right at the beginning of the movie, I know we're going backwards, where somebody knocks on the door and no one will open, and he's like, I'm here for the gangbang.
Oh, yeah.
That's the director of the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. I was just like, wait, what? But yes, that's the director of the movie.
That's funny. Oh, yeah. So one of the other quotes I have written down is, I do speakers, not tests. Because the dean... Oh, yeah. So rewinding way back. Mm-hmm. So the dean's after them. And in order to stay a fraternity, they have to, provide some sort of, good to the community and, like, keep their marks up and stuff.
Yep.
So otherwise they get, like, expelled or whatever, probably. That seems to be the stakes.
It's the stakes, usually. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and it's like every member has to do it.
Yeah. Like, I don't even go here. It's like, it doesn't matter. You're part of the fraternity.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted, so you got to do it.
Yeah. So Vince Vaughn's like, I do speakers, not tests.
Because earlier he's like, I can barely read, but look at what I did. You're like, is that something you're supposed to brag about?
Yeah. And then, I totally forgot. Because he runs the Speaker City, he also hooks everybody up with like some like spy gear, like earpieces, so that they can cheat on the tests. Yeah. I forgot about that.
I love the spirit, the scene where they're doing the spirit and like the cheerleading.
Oh yeah.
And first of all, ridiculous. But second of all, the part Will Ferrell in the suit and he like is on fire. But then they go in the locker room for a pep talk, and he walks in his underwear, but he's like red, clearly like has like first degree burns or
clearly
something.
been burned. Yeah.
I was just like, that's good continuity, guys. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, and he's like holding like whatever the like eagle's head or whatever, and like all the feathers are singed.
I really like that scene. That scene's great. Yeah.
And then like also in the gym is like Will Ferrell's like freaking out. It's like, we gotta keep her composure. Clearly not composed.
Not at all. A little bit. Apparently I have a complaint, which is in the KY Jelly wrestling scene. The girl just punches Mitch in the face, and I'm like, that's not wrestling.
Trying to think. It's been a while since I've watched professional wrestling.
That is true. I have not watched professional wrestling in a while.
I feel like there's the occasional punch to the face.
Just like random, like just punch in the face, or is it like they're running back and forth and they clothesline them?
I mean, like
they accidentally hit them or something.
Yeah, like clothesline. No, like I'm thinking like maybe like if you're like the guy's down, he's like lifting him up by the hair, and then he like punches him in the face. Maybe.
I don't.
Maybe I'm making that up. I don't know. Again, I'm pretty sure the last time I watched wrestling was like 1993.
Me too, actually. It may have been slightly later than that, but yes, that's around the time. It definitely did not hit the 2000s. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe 95. I think like 95 was the earliest.
The Rock was definitely after my time.
The Rock was still there when I stopped watching.
Okay.
And I remember The Undertaker was still there and stuff. So it's definitely been a while. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, The Rock hasn't been a wrestler in like 25 years, so that's a thing. He did Scorpion King. He's like, I am out.
Oh, huh. I do have a note here. I couldn't read it before, but now I can read Here for the Gangbang.
Oh my god! Yes, that guy.
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah.
Because you're probably reading going like, that can't be what it says there. That's no. And then I said it, and then you're just like, oh, maybe that is what that says.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really have that many notes, and I actually think we like went over all of. Oh no, the wedding band at the beginning as well. I loved the wedding band.
Yeah,
just the random cuss words. I love it. It's amazing.
I also have the wedding singer written down here, which I think was this the first time they were in the movie, or were they in another movie?
They are also in a couple
of them.
Step Brothers. Is the only other one I can remember.
That's not the one I'm thinking of. I want to say The Hangover, maybe?
I don't think they're in
or maybe actually The Wedding Singer.
They're definitely not in The Wedding Singer.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Right, no. When I think of The Wedding Singer, I'm thinking of he's going insane and I'm reaping all the benefits. John Lovitz. Yeah.
Yeah. Another movie I absolutely love, which has aged beautifully. Oh, so good. I watch it way too often. It's fun. Yeah, those are literally all my notes.
Yeah.
And Frank bending over in the front of the crowd, hilarious. Tranquilizer scene, hilarious.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, there was the whole streaking thing.
That's streaking.
That's how the wife found out about that Frank the Tank was back.
Yeah, because she was driving the van with the girl.
Yeah.
They picked him up and he went ass first into the car. The one girl's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, and then like as they're driving, one of them's like, "A little cold there, eh, Frank?"
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think the movie's just light enough and ridiculous enough that you can just enjoy what you're looking at.
Yeah.
There's no like deep intrinsic message. There's no like, oh, you don't understand the deep thing that's going on over here. You know, like it's just we're having a good time.
And and like you don't feel bad for anybody at the end of it, except maybe the dean. But also he deserves it. He's a jerk. So this is his uppance.
He's dead. So and the bad boyfriend. Oh my god, the bad boyfriend is that guy who had that talk show for a short period of time.
Bad boyfriend. Oh, right.
What was his name?
Because that was his high school crush, right? Had the bad boyfriend?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He used to like be in things, but then it turned out he was an actual asshole. And then they're like, okay, we're good. I was like, all right. That's right. Artie Lang was in there too.
Oh, and
Rob Corddry shows up, I think.
Who was it that was
Craig Kilborn is the bad boyfriend. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Who was it that teaches the blowjob lesson?
Oh, it's Andy Dick.
That sounds right. Yeah. Right? It's Andy Dick. Yeah. Snoop Dogg, self.
I love his whole band is the Dan. No, not that. Yeah, all of them.
The Dan band is the wedding singer.
Is the wedding singer, right? Yeah. Let's see. What else are they in? It doesn't say. That's unhelpful. He was in, they were in the TV show Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place.
Okay.
And Old School and, maybe I was wrong about the Step Brothers. Because I swear there's a band at the end of the movie.
Oh, it was The Hangover.
It was The Hangover?
Band is best known for his covers of originally female-performed pop stars with added obscenities, swearing made famous by their appearance in Old School and The Hangover.
They're not listed. That's weird.
Old School was Total Eclipse of the Heart and Ladies.
Yes.
The Terminal, Starsky and Hutch. Oh, he's also appeared in The Terminal, Starsky and Hutch, and Feeling Like Making Love.
Like just the person or like the band?
Just the person. It's what's his name? Something Dan Finnerty.
Oh, that's the
main guy. That's the singer. Is Dan Finnerty.
So he's not even listed here.
He might be listed under as himself, higher up. He is the front man. In The Hangover, he performed Candy Shop and Fame.
Oh, there it is. See, he's listed separately as wedding
singer.
As
wedding singer, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh my god, they've been in a lot. Or he's been in a lot.
Hocus Pocus 2?
Yeah, he's done
He's the voice of Daryl? Oh, that's
what?
No, sorry. I was in King of the Hill.
I
thought he was not Daryl, but the conspiracy theorist guy. Dale.
Oh, Dale.
I thought he was Dale, yeah.
Let's see. So, because I think he just tried to be like a regular actor at first. Then Dan Band. Maybe. He was the best man in The Wedding Planner. I don't know that movie. I don't know. Starsky and Hutch. Oh, he sang at a bat mitzvah in Starsky and Hutch.
Mm-hmm.
Hangover. He was in Rock of Ages. He's done quite a few things.
Yeah.
Family Switch.
Oh. Watched that recently. It wasn't that great.
He played Gus.
It takes place at Christmas.
Yes,
but also Christmas
film.
Does not happen at all. Like Christmas is like just it's not even a backdrop.
Okay,
It's
so
like,
it's not a Christmas movie, just a movie that takes place at Christmas.
yeah, it's like the whole reason that they like switch bodies and stuff is because of a planetary alignment.
So it's not like, oh, I hate you so much. I wish blah blah blah.
Well, I mean, it's all that, but it's
Oh,
while they're looking through a telescope to see the planetary alignment.
So the whole family can look through the one telescope?
No.
Okay.
No. But yeah.
The credibility of this movie is lost on me.
Yeah, no, it's
not acceptable.
Yeah, and the only reason that you know it's Christmas is because like they have this like Christmas dance that shows up like right at the beginning of the movie, and then also there's like a drone shot going over some houses to pan up into the observatory, and it's like you can see it's like, oh, they got Christmas lights on.
Okay.
And some decorations.
So it's not called like the St. Christopher alignment?
No.
Or nothing?
No, it's just like the alignment.
St. Christopher, St. Nicholas. Oh my god. Yes. Why did I call... I was thinking Christmas.
Kris Kringle.
Kris Kringle, yes. But it's St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that seems stupid.
No, it's a very thinly veiled reference to the time of year.
I feel, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like they had planned this movie, and they're like, you know what? We should put it out at Christmas, so we'll make people watch it by telling them it's a Christmas movie, but then it has nothing to do with Christmas. So they're just like, just put some Christmas stuff in the background. Boom, done.
Yeah.
Instead of talent show, it's the Christmas show. Done. And they're like, it's Christmas now. That's it.
I'm pretty sure it was still just a talent show though.
Yeah. It's a talent show at Christmas.
Yeah.
Completely different things. Yes. Well, anyways, that was a good detour.
Yeah.
The Dan Band.
The Dan Band. Fucking need you now tonight. Fucking need you more than ever.
So good. And I love that everybody there is just like, wait, did he?
Yeah, nobody's sure.
They're all like looking over their shoulder. What? My God, I would never be able to have them at my wedding because the first F-bomb, they'd be like, get out!
Yeah.
Not allowed!
Your mom would just start beating you.
Even though I would love every minute of it.
Yeah.
No, they would not enjoy any of that. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I still like this movie. I still think it's funny. There's like, I'd say there's 3 questionable things in the whole movie. But other than that, you're just like, it's a good time. Mm-hmm. And especially if you're watching a movie like this, your brain's empty. You're not picking up on those questionable things.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
No, this is a nice turn your brain off and have some laughs. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely. That's what I like about it. Whereas Office Space makes you think.
It does.
Going back to the whole Y2K thing. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that was the impetus of the movie. Oh, my God.
Stop forgetting the whole point of the movies. Oh, Office Space. The funny thing is that there are people out there making references to Office Space and have no idea what Y2K is. So, and I still love it. I think it's great.
It is kind of like a throwaway line. It's like, what do you do for work? It's like, I work at this software company where, have you heard of the Y2K problem? It's like, well, basically, we change two numbers to four numbers, and you use 2 numbers because it saves space, but now it's a you know what? It doesn't matter. Yeah. And like that's like basically the line. So that's
90% of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I completely forgot that was what he did for his job.
They came back to it a couple of times.
Did they?
I think they did.
Okay.
And for some reason in my brain, I'm like, it's Y2K! Like this, and that's why I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I just think because Y2K at the time was
such a thing.
It was such a huge thing. Everybody was like, the world is ending, and the banks were just like, we're gonna lose all of our money, and people are just like, I'm gonna kill myself, and you're just like, are you sure? You just want to just calm down for a second? Everything will be fine? Yeah.
I mean, like, I remember when it happened, it was like, okay, yeah, we'll stay home, and, we got some water jugs, we'll fill those up, just in case. Got some drinking water.
Already more prep than we did. Right?
Yeah, and that was it. It was like, clock rolls over, and it's just like, okay, great, power's still on. Okay, great, water still works.
No, we didn't do any of that. My parents went out to a party. I don't know where my brother went. My brother went somewhere, and I went to my friend's house. And we were there too long because, like, my friends were drunk by, like, 10:30. Like, and they were sitting around whispering, like, oh my God, at midnight, we're going to turn off all the lights. Like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. We're never going to know. And I'm like, you know we can hear you, right? Like, we're not. And then it was like 12:25, and they were like, oh shit, we didn't do it. And then they did, and they're like, the world is ending. We're just like, just turn the lights back on. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good. And then by like 1 o'clock, I was home in bed going like, all right, we're good.
Yeah.
Everything was fine.
Let's see what the new year brings.
Yeah. But I remember like that New Year's, people were either losing their shit and be like, it's fucking out of the world, oh my God, and like prepping and like doing all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Or they were just like, well, I guess
C'est la vie.
We're just gonna do what we do, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I was on the latter, of course. You know.
Yeah.
Also, I think prepping for that kind of thing is just it's pointless. It's the end of the world. You're gonna die before that stuff runs out. You know, it's fine. It's fine.
What are you talking about? I grew up in the suburbs. You
So
had
did I.
you had like 20 minutes before you get to your nearest neighbor's house.
That's not the suburbs. That's the rural area. What are you in the suburbs? You're attached to your neighbor. What? Yeah, so I just got next door. Like, hey, so we didn't prepare. Do you have like an ice cube or something we can have for like water? Okay, thank you. I mean, we would have like our fridge had food in it. It was just Christmas.
Yeah.
We just eat it really quickly because
Yeah.
you need refrigeration. Well, no, it's the middle of winter. Just put everything outside. So many problems already solved. You didn't have to do anything.
There you go. Now you just got to watch out for raccoons and stuff.
And marauders.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's all the people who want to take advantage and be like, it's Mad Max territory. I'm like, Mad Max takes place in like a desert. This is not a desert. So relax. We're not on our actual tundra. Go away. Yes. Did you know technically Antarctica is a desert?
Yes, because it gets less than a certain amount of snowfall, rainfall, precipitation.
Precipitation a year, yes.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I think parts of the Arctic are as well.
Yes. Yes, it is. Definitions of things blows your mind.
So, Office Space.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we talk about the commute?
We can talk about the commute. Yeah.
It's the opening credits.
I love the gangster rap.
It's so good. It's so good.
Michael Bolton getting down.
Michael Bolton
getting
dropping.
down with it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
And then there's like some,
Black guys show up.
Black guys show up, and he's like, back up in your ass with the resurrection, and he's like turns the volume down as they go past,
Like, I'm
and he's
looking
like,
very
and
normal.
he like slouches down in his chair to like hide, and then like as soon as they're gone, he's like cranks it back up, and he's back into it.
Yeah. You're allowed to like what you like, but I am gonna make fun of you if you're singing loudly in your car. I'm gonna do it.
That's fair.
I have done it many times.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially, well, like here during the summer when everybody's like, they're like, we gotta get the air in the car, the windows are down, and they're cranking some Euro trash or some hip hop or whatever. But you always think like, oh, I know who's driving this car. And you walk by and you're just like, you're like 95 years old. Why are you listening to Ain't Nothing But a G Thing right now? Like, this is odd. Or it's like some weird little man listening to like Mozart, and you're just like, what is happening? This is odd. But yeah, it's always fun.
Getting the mismatch, definitely.
Yeah, the mismatches are always fun. Where you're just like, what?
It sort of breaks your brain for a second.
You're like, Tracy, your brain is still filled with stereotypes. You need to let these things go.
Yeah.
Yeah, biases.
Oh yeah, the other thing with the commute is oh my gosh, I've forgotten. Peter.
Yes.
Peter's like driving in, and then like you look over and he's like, there's an old man with a walker going faster than him. And I assume this takes place in like LA or something where
like
traffic
that,
is terrible.
To be honest, my first note is we've all been in traffic like that, and I have legitimately been in traffic like that.
Yep.
Where especially like you're downtown and you can't turn left, you can't turn right, you just have to be where you are. And
Yep.
people just walking by on the sidewalk, and you're just like, the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
Can you just move? I beg of you, just move. Yeah, it's a whole
Yeah.
thing. Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. We have all been there.
Yeah. And it's so painful. I think that's also why that opening sequence works so well, is that you're just like, I've been in all of these situations.
Yeah.
Like, just frustrated about being in traffic, sit in my car, just wailing to some shit, just you get into it, your own little space, and it depends how mad you want to get at it at any point in time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The daily grind.
Yes. And then it gets to the office, and Michael Bowden's at the copier. He's like, PC load letter? What the fuck does that mean? And I'm like,
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I love the weird printer messages.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
So actually, I do know what PC load letter means. Shall I ruin this for you?
Wait a second. That's an actual error you'll find out. I just assumed they just made up a line.
Nope. That's an actual thing for like whatever printer that is. So apparently you could hook the printer up to, I forget if it was multiple computers at once, or it just had different inputs depending on what type of thing you were hooking it up to.
Okay.
And so PC would be like what it's connected to. So he was printing from a computer, so it says PC. And then load letter is the size of paper. So if the printer has like multiple paper sources, or it's like, hey, it's letting you know, it's like, hey, I'm out of paper. You need to load more letter paper.
Well, why doesn't it just say load paper?
Yeah.
Just load paper. That's it. I'm upset.
No, it's being helpful.
Upset.
It's being helpful because now you know that you're printing from your computer.
But how is that? Oh my god! I know you're being sarcastic, but this is why people hate printers so much.
Oh no! Yes.
Oh my god!
But also, people hate printers. Just printers are like the worst thing.
Yeah.
They're like constantly. It's like, oh, I can't print. Why not? Oh, it's like, oh, there's no ink. Okay, I gotta change the ink. And I was like, okay, all right, now can we print? It's like, no, my computer has forgotten where the printer is, so now I have to re-add the printer. And it's like, basically, if you want that to work, you gotta get a virgin goat, spill its blood into a circle, get some salt, light some candles, and then maybe, if you're lucky, it'll work in a week.
It's true.
Printers are legit the worst. And then
the one thing that always really got me mad was color printers. If I'm printing a text document that's all black, but it's out of magenta, it's like, we can't print around ink. You're just like, but you're not. I'm not printing anything that requires magenta. Just print the fucking document.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
That was one of the things that used to drive me the most crazy.
Yep.
What are you doing? What is this?
The thing that always got me and my family was like, we had the printer. We just, at the time it's like, oh yeah, we'll get one on sale. It's only like $25 or something. Yeah. And it comes with some ink. And we'll, while we're there, get a couple extra cartridges. Mm-hmm. But then of course you print one thing. Is like, I was in school at the time, so it's like, okay, yeah, you print out your report or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then you don't use it for like a few months.
Yeah.
Or it's like, you only got to print like 1 or 2 things a year. But then you go to print again, and it's like, you're out of ink. And it's like, how can I be out of ink? I haven't printed anything all year. And so for inkjet printers specifically, it's because what they do is occasionally the printer will wake up, slide all the way over to the end, eject a little bit of ink, just so that it doesn't like dry up and like block the nozzle or whatever.
Yeah.
So it'll eject a little bit of ink into a sponge, and then it'll go back to sleep.
So it's just wasting the ink.
It's literally just wasting ink. So that's why you print something in January, you go to print in October, and it's just like, right. How do I have no ink?
So wait, it's not even doing this like once a month. It's doing this like once a day.
I mean, it depends on the print. I don't know really, but yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Because I remember that time period when printers were that cheap, and it was literally cheaper to buy a new printer than buy an ink cartridge. And so we literally were we were buying like 2 printers a year or something because it was cheaper and easier than buying an ink cartridge.
That's exactly what we did too.
Yeah, because you buy your printer, it's $50. It comes with ink.
Yep.
I print my project. My brother prints his project. Again, don't use it for 6 months. So then you go back to go buy new ink for it. Then you're just like, it's $60 for a cartridge, but it's $50 for a printer that comes with a cartridge.
Yep.
Guess we're buying a new printer. Bought the new printer instead, and just went through the whole process again.
Exactly.
Like, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But also, I just never understood why the ink cartridges were so fucking expensive.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You can sell a big pen for 2 cents. Like,
yeah,
it's 10 big pens. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's brutal. So
finally, I know I should get this worked up over printers because I don't have to deal with them anymore. But still, it still makes me angry.
PC load letter. What the fuck does that mean?
Garbage.
Yeah. So wrap this up real quick. Finally, investigate a little bit. Bought my parents a laser printer or an LED printer. As is the style at the time.
Yeah.
Haven't had any issues. Well, there was one issue. They got a new modem, and it connects. It's a network printer, so had to redo that part of it.
Got it.
But other than that, no issues. Change out your now it's toner instead, so it just doesn't evaporate into thin air like the ink jets. Right? Yeah, it's just powder, and it sticks to the paper. And then the paper gets heated, or the toner gets heated, sticks to the paper. That's it.
Is that why those things are warm? That's how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it uses...
It would print, like, especially at work, and your Xerox would be something down, you just touch, especially during winter, you're just like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, get your stack of papers out. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so basically it's like a laser or like an LED, and then it uses like static electricity somehow to like... not really magnetized, but to make the paper kind of sticky. Yeah, and then the powder in the toner sticks to the page, and then it goes through the heater, and that's what actually adheres it to the page.
Oh, that makes so much sense now. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have looked into how these printers worked and stuff, but I never did.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, a nerd.
Yeah. It's like looking at... I was actually thinking with the other day that, like there's basic technologies I know work, and I have an idea about how they work. But I don't actually know how they work. Yeah. Like, I watch TV constantly. I don't fucking know how TV works, technically.
Oh, I got a YouTube channel for you.
But I have an idea about how it works with, like, the signals and the breaking down and the color matching and the blah, blah, blah. I have an idea, but I don't really know how it works. You know? Mm-hmm. Like, I technically know how my computer works. I understand binary codes and programming and all that kind of stuff. But do I really know how it actually works? No idea. It's magic. It's all fucking magic, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm just like... I mean, I feel like I should have known how that worked, but no. Apparently, no. I don't know.
I mean, you don't need to. It's like you press print on your computer and it prints the page, or it doesn't.
And then you can troubleshoot and figure it out and then get it to print fine. But more than that, I got nothing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. See, I'm not dumb. I'm just only halfway in my knowledge set. Yes, with technology.
Semi-salient.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Fancy words. Fancy words it is.
Let's see. I have more to speak on printers though, if we want to keep going that route.
Look, we can bitch about printers all day. Like all day. But we can skip past the printers. We're good.
All right.
You finish your story about the printers because you got your parents set up with like a cool printer.
Oh yeah. Oh, one small anecdote. Yeah. I forget what website it was. Did a review of best printer for 2023. It's that brother printer that everyone has.
Because it works.
Because it just works. It's like however much it is, it's a laser printer. You just load it up and it works every time you need it to. That's it.
You know what's funny? That's literally the printer we bought my mom. With not doing research or anything. We're just like, we literally watch in the store and be like, look, she prints something once every like 6 months. And it just needs to sit there, and she scans some stuff every once in a while. So, like, this one. I was like, all right, that's the one we're getting.
Yep.
And apparently that's the printer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, a brother? Don't they make sewing machines? Or, like, look, they make electronics. Just get it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What else? Because, I mean, I've had, like, a Canon one. What was the other one we had? Well, it's not Xerox. It's not, like...
Lexar...
Oh, yes.
HP.
It's HP. It was an HP.
So HP has some fucking bullshit. So they have like an ink subscription program.
Yes.
Well, where I forget if they just send you some ink every month or if they notice that you're getting low, they send you ink. But also you have to pay monthly for it, regardless if you print or not.
But I also heard there's a problem with that because apparently if you cancel your ink subscription, your printer doesn't work anymore. Yeah,
so the ink cartridges themselves have some sort of serial number or whatever, and if you're not subscribed to their service, they know what serial numbers were designed for that service, or however they're like doing this like DRM type stuff, and they're basically just like, cool, you can't print with subscription ink if you don't have a subscription.
That's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
It's so bullshit.
They're just extorting money out of people in a lot of these companies, which is just nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
Which is why Printer of the Year 2023, that Brother printer that everybody has.
Yeah.
They got like I think probably 3 models. It's like one's just a printer, one has the scanner, copy or fax. That's it.
Yeah, that's what you need. Like, why is it so hard that printers and stuff can't be plug and play like a lot of, like a monitor? You get a new monitor, you plug it in, 98% of the time it's good to go right away.
Yeah.
You know, every once in a while you're like, oh, I don't like the resolution, or like, let me change like the color balance. Sure, but it's 95% ready to go. Yeah. You know, why can't a printer be like, you plug it in, is it on? Yes. It does. It makes a noise with print. Yeah. It prints. Why is that so hard?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, this comes back to the goat's blood, candles. You know,
there were not enough sacrifices.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. When they first created printers, they forgot that step, and now you have to do it every time.
I wonder if they like contacted a demon or something to be like, create a printer, and the demon's like, everyone who uses this has to sacrifice a goat to use, and they're like, that's fine. They'll do it. Like,
yeah.
You know, kind of just made a deal.
Do you want words on paper? You'll do it.
Yeah, words on paper is essentially a spell. Okay.
Yeah.
So you need this to happen.
Exactly.
Like, that's it. I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, sense is a strong word, but you know. I did realize one really interesting thing in this movie. Mm-hmm. So the part where Peter goes to the therapist and hypnotizes him.
Yes.
And he's sitting there talking about
way back. Way down.
But before he gets hypnotized, he's talking about how he's just like, I just don't want to be at work. Like, is there a way for me to forget what's going on at work and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, did the guy who came up with Severance watch this and was like, what would happen if we did this? Because essentially, have you watched the show Severance?
I have not.
Okay. So the basic premise of the show is that, so to work for, you can do this thing in your brain to work for a certain company. Mm-hmm. And when you're at work, you remember nothing about your personal life.
Oh,
you don't know what your real name is. You don't know where you live. You don't know about your friends. You don't know what's happening.
You're literally just checked out.
What's in the office.
Yeah.
You know the people you work with. You get told your name again and all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as you leave the office, you don't remember what you did at work. You don't know what you're doing at work.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. So it's completely separate. You're a completely separate person. Both sides of it. And like, so his premise of like, I just don't want to know what's going on. Is there a way for me to forget when I'm at work and to remember when I'm at home and vice versa?
Yeah.
I'm like, did the person who come up with Severance watch this movie and was like, what would that actually be like?
Yeah.
Because essentially what he says is the premise for Severance.
That's kind of interesting, actually. Yeah. But once you started explaining it, somebody has mentioned this to me before. It might have been you the last time we recorded this.
Oh, it's totally possible because these are my notes from last time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I found the show Severance very good, but the problem is the show is very heavy, so I've still not finished the season,
right?
Because I have to take breaks. So I'm like, this is a lot. I gotta go. But it's very like very intense and like it's very story rich and like you have to pay attention while you're watching it. And it's really good. I do recommend it, and like all the actors are fantastic and all this kind of stuff. So I do recommend.
Cool.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I have to say about it. It's fine.
Okay. Shall we talk about Rowena from Corporate Accounts? Just a moment.
Oh, hold please, just a moment. That one, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, does she have a name? Apparently, she does. Yes.
Yeah. Corporate Accounts Rowena speaking. Just a moment. Corporate Accounts Rowena speaking. Just a moment.
Oh, that made me cry. That would legitimately make me cry.
Yeah. I wrote down a partial note here of different office personalities. So we have like the paranoid guy, who always thinks we're gonna get downsized. We're gonna get downsized. We're gonna get fired. And then wasn't he like the only one that actually got fired from the Bobs?
Milton?
No. I think his name was Tom. He's the older guy who, like, he makes the jump to conclusions, Matt.
Oh, yes, he is the one who got fired.
Yeah, but
yes.
I think he was, like, the only one that actually got fired.
Yes, because the other one didn't get fired because they realized that he'd technically been let go years ago and was getting paid.
Yeah.
And then they stopped his paycheck but just moved him to the basement and he kept doing the work anyways but was complaining that he wasn't getting paid.
They just kept shuffling Milton around. Yeah, it was just
I felt so sorry for him.
Yeah.
I was like, all I kept thinking, I'm like, why are they so mean to Milton? I don't know. Like, there is something slightly obnoxious about him, but they keep doing things to him, so I'm like, I understand why you're complaining.
Yeah.
They keep actively doing stuff to you.
Yeah.
So.
And it's like, he's not, like, presumably he does his work.
Yes.
He's mostly quiet, except for when he's I was told that I was allowed to listen to the radio between the hours as long as it was at a reasonable volume.
Yes.
And then the whole stapler thing was just like, see, I specifically asked for the to keep we replaced all of the staplers, but I find that the new staplers they bind up a lot more, so that's why I kept my previous red swing line stapler.
Apparently, a red swing line stapler is difficult to get.
I thought that they were created for the movie.
I don't know.
Because I have one.
You have one?
I do.
Oh.
I was in New York back in like 2003, 2004.
Okay.
And I forget if we just went into a Staples, but...
And they had one?
And they had one.
Oh. I wonder if they did just release a line for the movie and now they're just like, nobody cares about this movie anymore, so they stopped doing it.
It's quite possible.
It's totally possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also has a weird staple size, I think, compared to like...
Like it's wider?
I think it's narrower.
Aren't
I don't know.
staple sizes standardized?
I mean, probably. But
unless
it's like...
it's like a staple gun, then that's different.
Yeah. I don't know. When I worked at like Canadian Tire, we had like these big like silver staples, like industrial stapler.
Yeah.
It still had like clamps, but or like it had jaws rather.
Like packaging and stuff, right?
Not really.
No?
I mean, we used them at all the cash registers. They were all bolted to the like on chains at the cash registers.
Okay.
So like customer service would like staple your receipt to your return voucher or something with it.
Yeah, but that's like 35 pages.
No, it was only like 2 or 3.
I've returned stuff to Home Depot, and you get like a stack of pieces of paper. You get like a stack. Or maybe it's just that the receipt's so long, they just fold it up like 10 times and like staple it. I don't know. Be. So,
yeah.
That's just me. Yeah. Because I know you can also get like, because if you go to like a printer, for example, that does like bookbinding and whatever, and you have like a document that's like 50 pages or whatever, regular stapler's not.
Oh yeah, it's not going to cut
enough. So they'll have like, it's the standard width, but like the depth of like the prongs is longer.
Yeah.
So like they go through.
Yeah.
Those ones too, but I don't know.
Get your saddle stitch books.
Yeah.
Saddle stitched books.
Yes.
bit of a tongue twister.
I don't know. I must admit, I have never gone into like a Staples and been like, I need Staples, and looked at the actual box of Staples. I've just been like, Staples, picked one up, and it worked.
Yeah. And like my experience with that is like, my knowledge of Staples is mostly for like staple guns as opposed to like office supplies.
True.
So,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, I would not go to, if I need, so I have a staple gun as well.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wanted Staples for that, I would not go to Staples. I'd go to like Home Depot or something.
Yeah.
Which is different.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, where are your staple guns? Here. And pick one up and walk out.
Yeah.
I know. This is, office maintenance is a really big issue. Really big issue.
Riveting conversation.
Riveting.
Well, maybe stapling. Stapling conversation.
I will admit, one of the most interesting YouTube videos I ever watched was a video which I thought was going to be I was just like, how is this 15 minutes long? This is fucking stupid. But it was about paper sizes.
Oh, yeah.
And the difference between metric and imperial.
Yeah.
And like how imperial sizes came about compared to how metric sizes came about. And
okay.
And I was just like, this is fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
Inches are based on barley corn? What? Whereas metric is based on percentages of the size of the earth? What? Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
And like A4 paper, which is like very close in size to an 8.5 by 11, is, so the A4 is actually like, I think A1 paper is a meter by half a meter or something like that.
Yeah, they go in some direction. I forget. I'd have to watch that video again.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
but like regardless, it's like if you take the A4 paper and you fold it in half, that is the size of an A5 paper.
Yes, I know it's about folding sizes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you fold the A5 in half, that's an A6.
Yes.
So if you work back the other way, you work back to an A3210 paper. And like that's how the metric papers work. That's all, like when I first found that out, I was like,
well, that's also how they're like, even without like inches or meters, they're like, we have figured out the world is this big, right? Mm-hmm. I'm holding my arms out, people, so the world is this big. And then they're just like, if we fold that in half, that's this size. And if we fold that in half, that's this size, and blah, blah, blah. And they got to a measurement that they're like, this is going to be our small measurement, which is a centimeter. And then all of the size names came from that.
Oh, you mean the meter? Because it's all based on the meter.
Sorry, it's the meter.
Yeah.
And then they cut down or they go up.
Yeah.
Like in either direction.
And then you use your like scientific things to like chop it down. So like, centi means split 100. Into 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and I was just like, oh, this is why metric makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
Than imperial. But also because it's on a 10 base instead of a 6 base, it's easier just to mentally calculate things.
Yeah.
But we also live in Canada where we go back and forth, so... Because if you told somebody I was 1.5 meters tall, I'd be like, what? But if you tell someone I'm 5'8", I'm like, oh, okay. Two different things. Like, it's weird. That's all I got. I rant about weird things. I know. That's
fine. I just went on a rant about printers.
It's true. I joined in that rant. So, as you sat there staring at me as I go about, like, inch sizes, I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. But yes, inches are based on 3 barley corns head to head. So that's an inch.
Oh, yeah. Office Space is such a view into the corporate world.
Definitely.
It's flashbacks.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, and I think that's why people still identify with it so much. Mm-hmm. Is as soon as you work in an office, you're just like, oh shit, that's like that movie Office Space. Is that why they called it Office Space? Oh my god, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
And then I've got notes here. We got TPS reports. Yeah. And then you got to make sure that you got the right cover on the TPS reports. Because of all the bureaucracy and stuff.
You get told by the 8 bosses.
Yeah.
About the different TPS reports. It's amazing.
I have something about timesheets. I forget what that was.
He was supposed to submit his timesheet.
Oh, no, it was, they were having like a presentation on the new timesheets, I think. And they had, maybe I'm confusing my notes a little bit, but like, when he went into the interview with the Bobs, in the background there's a whiteboard, and it says "planning to plan."
Yeah.
And that is just like, it's entirely like, yeah, that corporate bureaucracy type stuff.
So one time, this is a nice little anecdote about working in an office. I was working on a project, and I was the low man on a totem pole, so I had to take like notes and all that kind of stuff, which I hate doing. And so the thing is that the people were trying to optimize the use of their time within these meetings, and I was like, okay. So then they had a meeting to talk about the meeting. And then having the meeting. And so essentially the first meeting was, who's going to be part of this meeting down the line, right? Mm-hmm. The second meeting was like, what do you think is the best way to, because they wanted me to write notes in a certain way and like color code it and blah, 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 blah. And
that seems like a pain.
And then they're just like, we have to pick colors for people. What's the best way people are going to understand this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like,
name :
yeah, and I was like, what? And then we had a meeting to test how that would look. So they had a little chit chat back and forth about the agenda for the upcoming meeting. So then I took notes based on the previous meeting of the agenda for the next meeting and color coded it and sent it to them. And then they liked it. So then we had the real meeting that lasted maybe 20 minutes. And it was like 6 hours about this one meeting. It was ridiculous. I hated that project so much.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
It was terrible. It made me so angry.
Like, I can maybe get behind like a quick like 10-minute meeting to decide on the schedule for the next meeting, or like, you know, what you want to talk about for it.
Oh yeah, like if we had like a 10-minute meeting on like, what's the agenda for the next meeting? Oh, we're gonna talk. So this was in gaming, so we could talk some game design, verify that they've sent notes on these changes, and we need to pick color coding for the next level. Fine, that would have been. Yeah. I could do that. That's easy. But it was 3 meetings to prepare for one meeting that was shorter than the making the agenda meeting. Like it was stupid.
No, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Also, like, why do you need to color code different people different things?
They were very insistent about this.
Like you like name : name says this.
Yeah.
Name thinks that.
I agree with you. I complained the whole time about this. I did not enjoy myself. And tell you the truth, so we were making a side-scrolling game, an educational side-scrolling game. So I wasn't even dealing with people in my office. It was like an outside person, a couple of people. And we made it side-scrolling. And at the end of the whole thing, like right before we were supposed to just put it out there, they were just like, can we make it go up and down instead of left and right? And I was like, no. What?
Especially like, wait, we're days from release.
Yeah.
And you want to, we can rotate the screen 90 degrees.
Yeah, no, well, that's...
But then everything's sideways.
No, but that's what they kept saying. They're like, no, you just have to turn it. And I was like, that's not how that works.
No.
That's not how that works at all.
No.
And of course, yes, my boss got involved and was like, we're not changing shit. Like,
yeah.
You have a game that works really well. It does exactly what you wanted to do. We asked you at the beginning of this process, but you insisted you wanted sideways, like, you know, non-parallaxing. So it's just like flat.
Boring.
Across.
You gotta have at least like 4 layers of parallax. Otherwise, the kids are gonna disconnect and not learn what you want them to learn.
I don't know. It was mathematics. And
well, then you can teach them about mathematics by talking about the parallax and how the next parallax, your first background layer scrolls at 1x speed, and your next background layer scrolls at half speed. Fractions, bro.
I am not disagreeing with you. Not at all. But yeah, they were just like, no, just can we just make it go, like, it'd be cooler if they went up and down. You just have to turn it. I was like, no.
Then we have to implement a jump button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but also like all of the calculations, how to line things up.
Yeah.
You know, you have to redo half of the art because you have to have a jump motion instead of a run motion. Things like that. It was just like, it's not just turning it and it magically falls into order. This is programming. You have to tell it to change all of these directions.
Yeah. You're trying to turn Mario into Galaga.
Yeah, it's very different. Very different. So all those meetings were pointless and really annoying. That's all I had to say about that.
I am sorry that you had to go through that.
Yes.
Everybody wants their fingerprint on the project, though.
Of course they do. Which is fine. Just don't get in my way and say stupid things.
Yeah.
Turn it. Just turn it. Ugh. Yes. I was very excited to see a 5-inch floppy disk for some reason.
Oh.
When they were doing like the transfer of the disc.
Yeah.
We did it. That was easy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like Michael spins around to Samir, yeah. I was like trying to think of his first name, but the only thing that popped in my head was his last name.
What's his last name?
Nahinanajad. Nahinanajad. I don't see why that's so hard to say.
Completely forgot his last name. Like, I remember the scene, but I completely forgot the last name. Okay, yeah. I was like, but Samir is just easier to remember.
Yep.
Got it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that, so, like, they spin around, so, like, Samir hands off Michael hands off the floppy to Samir, and then Samir gets up and walks it out, and, like, passes it behind his back to Peter.
No, isn't it Michael who does it?
Oh, wait, yeah, so it's Michael and Samir share the cubicle, and then Peter's walking down the hall.
Oh, no, I think it's Peter's walking down the hall and drops it off for Samir, and then Samir sits down, and then they do the spin, and then Michael puts it in the thing. Because I don't think it's...
No, because Michael wrote the code, and then Peter had to put it into the machine to get it onto the accounting software. Oh. Peter put it in prod.
It's a whole lot of P's.
Yep.
Yes. It's great. I love that they're just... I mean, they say it's just Superman 3, but yes, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's like, I put the decimal place in the wrong place. Like, oh my god. Because that means they're taking, like, whole cents, not portions of a cent.
Yep.
Craziness. But I do like that part. I'm just like, oh yeah, we can't, like, spin around and send discs to people anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they have thumb drives, but even those are kind of, like... not a thing as much anymore already.
Yeah.
They're like, why? I'll just email it to you, or I'll use one of those like file sharing sites where you can send something big. I'm like, okay, done.
Yeah.
So just like you have like a thing that you use. I put quotation marks, guys. Like, yes, it's a thing that we use.
Yeah, SneakerNet, the network where you use your sneakers to give it to the person.
I feel like I should know what that means, but I don't for some reason. But it's okay.
I just explained it.
You did.
You use your sneakers, your feet. Your feet are in the sneakers. Yeah. And you walk down the hall and you give it to the person.
Move it over.
And then the person has the thing that you want.
Yes.
I guess the thing that they want.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Just to jump back to the printer.
Mm.
When they eventually take it out back, bring it out to a field. Maybe not desolate's not the right word, but
it's an abandoned lot.
Abandoned lot, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can tell that Michael has trauma with that printer.
Yes, he does. I love that they pull him away and he just comes back at it.
Yeah.
The flip over of the back, using the hilt of it, just get in there.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, we've all had that feeling.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To printers specifically.
Yeah.
Also, well, actually, you know what? Technology in general.
There's sometimes technology is just you're just not. No, you're not going to do this. No, okay. We will see about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You threaten as much as you want, but you're like, this cost me $600. Don't break it. That's why he gets away with this shit. It's just too expensive.
I don't know. Do you have any other notes about?
I don't. My
Space?
one note technically has nothing to do with Office Space. My last note. So.
Oh, is this your Star Trek connection?
It is my Star Trek connection.
All right. What's your? Let's have it. Let's have it.
Stephen Root played a Klingon captain on The Next Generation.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Huh. So Stephen Root was Milton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually find Stephen Root's career in a film, like every character he plays, you're thinking, that's not the same guy, right?
Yeah.
But it is the same guy. And you're just like, the fuck?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I recently saw him. He's in Barry.
Yes, that's actually what I'm picturing in my head right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Because
that's not the same guy. And you're like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's totally the same guy.
Yeah.
And he's so good.
He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like amazing as Milton.
Yes.
He's like Coke bottle glasses and just like muttering all the time. He's like, I swear to God, I will burn this place down.
She technically does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't know. I've seen him in like a smattering of other things, and he's always been like pretty good at what he's doing.
He's kind of like Gary Oldman for me.
Mm.
I know who they are. I know their face, and I know I should remember more of the stuff that they're in. But because they're so good in the things that they're in, you forget it's them.
Yeah, they're like not typecast at all.
Yeah, because in everything that they do something completely different.
Yeah.
And though it's their same face, they somehow look different as well. And I'm not talking about like Gary
putting on
Oldman
weight
as,
or something.
Like Dracula, where he's all like painted white and all that kind of stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm like talking about like him as Jim Gordon, for example, in Batman. Yeah. You're like, he's just a guy with a beard. But half the time I'm just like, who plays Jim Gordon in the Nolan movies again? Oh yeah, it's Gary Oldman. I'm like, why can't that just stay in my brain?
I don't know. Gary Oldman for me is just like, I just don't know what he's in.
He's in so much.
But he's in so much. So it's like, oh yeah, Gary Oldman's in this. And it's like, he looks nothing like he does in Batman. Mm-hmm. How? What? Like, what is going on?
The movie that made me start remembering who he was Fifth Element.
Who's he in Fifth Element?
He's Zorg.
Oh yeah,
he's the bad guy. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Gary Oldman is just a chameleon.
He is.
And I never recognize him and stuff just because he looks so different in everything.
Yeah. Because so like I actively am just like, no, Gary Oldman's in this. Gary Oldman's in this. I gotta like, it's gotta be like, I have to remember, I actively have to remember that he's there.
Yeah.
So like that one, so Fifth Element and like Dracula and like the Batman movies and of course like The Professional.
Leon the Professional?
Yeah, he's the bad guy. He threatens little Natalie Portman.
I watched that recently.
He's the bad guy.
And I don't remember that. Is that
you know the guy who yells, "Everyone."
Yes, okay.
That guy.
I see more of a resemblance in Leon the Professional and Fifth Element now.
Zorg, yeah.
I mean, they were probably they released a lot closer together. I want to say like 94, 98.
I don't think they're that close. Let's see.
Fifth Element 97.
And let's see.
Leon.
The Pro 94. Oh yeah, 3 years.
94, 97? Okay, off by a year.
I honestly thought like The Professional was like 1990. I don't know why I thought it was that old, but
I think.
Oh yeah, but they're both Luke based on. That makes sense. Okay, yes. Yeah. But I think it's because he plays like quintessential yelly bad guy in both of them.
Yeah.
Maybe why.
I think it's the mustache actually.
You think it's the mustache?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense too. But yeah, God, I love this movie.
I haven't seen it in a while. I should give it a rewatch.
Fifth Element is fucking glorious.
Yeah.
Absolutely glorious.
So is the fifth element the human element?
It's love.
It's love, technically?
Which annoys me at the end of the movie. That's the only thing that annoys me about the movie. Because when she's like, you have to tell me you love me so I can save the planet or else I'm going to die. I'm like, oh God, the fifth element is love. Fuck off. off. Like, shit. And then, like, 3 seconds later, the movie's over, and they're, like, making out in a chamber, and the movie ends. And you're just like, why are you ruining the end of the movie? What is this? Up until this exact point. Fantastic. And then, of course, there's, like, there's that one part where Lulu is, like, sitting there, and she's, like, learning her words or whatever.
Yeah.
And for some reason, she's, like, going through, like, W, and she types in war. And it shows, like, things blowing up and whatever. And you're just like, oh, come on. Really? There's no more subtle way you could have done this part?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh. But, yeah, up until that point, it was great. It was great. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like Lord of the Rings. You chop off the last 10 minutes.
Okay, Lord of the Rings, you chop off the last 12 hours. That would be fine.
Yeah.
That would be fine. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? What am I not remembering Gary Oldman? Like, even his picture. Like, that doesn't look like Gary Oldman properly to me for some reason.
Oh, see, like, that's how I picture him. Like, Jim Gordon, Gary Oldman is how I picture Gary Oldman.
That's right. He was in the Sex Pistol, Sex Pistol movie, right? Is that what that's called?
I mean,
he was in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
He was in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy?
I've actually never watched that movie, so I have an excuse for not.
Oh, okay. It's.
He was in Oppenheimer?
It's good. It's confusing.
But it's all dialogue, right?
A lot of it. It's also like, because it's like a Jacques Le Carré novel.
Okay.
So it's I don't know.
I said it okay, like I know who that is.
Yeah, he writes spy novels.
Okay. I assume he was a writer. You said novel.
Did you watch? There was a show probably like 5 years ago that had Hugh Laurie was in it.
Okay. Anything about the premise you remember?
It's a spy show. Yeah, that's not
comedy.
Oh wait, no, yes, serious.
Oh,
sorry,
serious? Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were asking if that was the title of it.
Oh no, that had Hugh Laurie in it.
Yeah, so Hugh Laurie was the bad guy.
I don't think. Let's see. I don't know. I see Hugh Laurie and I think Blackadder is the first thing I think of.
See, I think House, because that's sort of what that's how I recognize him, or like that's how I was introduced to him.
I was introduced to him with Blackadder.
Yeah.
Let's see what he did. Because most recently the thing of his I watched was Avenue 5, and I did not like it.
Okay.
I did not think it was funny.
Also a little bit of Fry and Laurie. The Night Manager is the name of the show.
This one?
Yeah.
It says there was only 6 episodes. I guess it was a short series?
Yeah. Very short, very good.
The night manager of a Cairo hotel is recruited to infiltrate an arms dealer's inner circle.
Yeah, so Hugh Laurie is like a big businessman, but he's also an arms dealer.
You didn't say Tom Hiddleston was in it.
It's been 5 years. I don't remember. I don't remember the plot of this other than Hugh Laurie's the bad guy.
It's technically been like almost 8 years. 2016.
Okay, but the last 4 years haven't counted.
That's true. Okay, yeah, 5 years it is. That's fine. Oh, and what's her face? Oh, I always forget her name. Her name is one I have to start remembering because I love.
Just click her face.
Olivia Colman.
Olivia Colman.
Yes.
I have no idea who she is.
She is fantastic. She is absolutely fantastic in everything. I mean, she was in The Stinker. What's it called that came out? Secret Invasion. She played like the crazy lady.
She's in the new Wonka movie.
She is. She's the proprietor of the laundry place. So I watched Wonka, not knowing it was a musical.
Okay.
Like, I thought it was more like the original. Like, the original has like a couple of songs in it, but it's not a musical. Mm-hmm. Whereas this movie is a musical.
Yeah.
It's like a 5-minute song, 3 minutes of dialogue, a 5-minute song, 3 minutes. It was getting me so mad. But the thing that really bothered me about it was it's not really his fault, but Timothée Chalamet plays Wonka. He is not a bad actor in any way. He is young, but he's not a bad actor in any way. But everybody else around him were such good seasoned actors that they out-acted him. So the main character came across flat, I found.
Oh.
And, like, I was just like, oh, like, if everybody around him wasn't so good, he would have seemed so much better. And I was like, so beyond the fact that it's a musical and I didn't like any of the songs and I don't remember any of the songs, that's how I know the musical is bad. If I can't remember a single song, it's bad.
Have you seen Repo the Genetic Opera?
Yes, I have, and I hate the fact that I have.
Do you hate the fact that you've seen it, or do you just not like it as a show/movie?
I did not like it as a show/movie. I mean, they made Repo Men based on that. Not Repo Man, Repo Men.
Yes.
Something different.
Yeah.
Based on that, kind of, technically.
It's the premise of it, yeah.
Which is 8,000 times better. But,
okay, I've yet to see Repo Men.
I really like that.
But, like, I really love the plot, and I love all the actors in it. Mm-hmm. Like, Anthony Stewart Head is in it.
Yeah, but Paris Hilton's like...
Oh, okay, well, maybe ignore her. I don't know. Anyways,
now I gotta remember who's in it.
I really liked it. I really wanted to like it, but the thing that killed me is like it was just song after song after song. I believe that's called a sung through musical.
Well, that's like when I saw Hamilton. People love Hamilton, and I was down for watching Hamilton, which was fine. But there's almost no spoken dialogue. The whole thing is sung.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I did not know that. Like, I knew it was a musical, but I assumed it was like singing and then some talking and then some singing.
Yeah.
It's almost like, it's like 95% song.
Yeah.
Even if just people are like talking to each other and their transition, it's just all song.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I remember sitting there, I started analyzing what I was watching. Mm-hmm. And that's when I knew I checked out. Because I was like, oh, the lyricism of this part's really, really cool. And then they move around the stage, and I was like, oh, it's really cool how they use this and this to create this kind of feeling in a small space in a big area and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I get why people like this, but I hate that they're just singing the whole time. Yeah. Like, the whole time.
And so, similar to you, like, I really want to like Repo the Genetic Opera, and in a way I do, but also I hate that it's sung through. Because it's like, this song ends, and then there's like 2 lines of dialogue, and then they immediately kick into a new song. And that killed it. Yeah, it killed it for me.
I think that may have also been one of the reasons why I didn't like it, but it was campy in the wrong way for me. Because I find camp is like a thin line. When camp in a good way is just like entertaining, it's fun, you just like it. Yeah. And camp in a bad way, you're just like, oh God, why isn't this done yet? Yeah. You know, and that's how I felt about it. And then also, it was, as you said, it was sung through, which I did not remember. I remember it's an opera, so there's lots of singing, but I didn't remember it was like all the way through like that. Yeah. And that's probably also one of the reasons why I was just like, this is not a thing that I like. Yeah. I don't know. I like the idea of it. Yeah. But I think that's also one of the reasons why I liked Repo Men. Mm-hmm.
It's because it's more dialogue.
Well, it's all dialogue. It's a straight movie. Yeah. Like sci-fi, near future kind of thing. But it's the same kind of concept where it's like biotech company sells organs and comes and takes them from you if you can't pay. Yeah. But
they all got barcodes.
Yeah, they all got barcodes. And one thing about that movie, though, that did drive me crazy is that it was filmed in Toronto, but anytime they did like a lot of the sequences, they were not consistent with actual layout of Toronto, so it was driving me crazy. Okay. Like, there's a couple of scenes where they're driving in a car, and so they're pointing out one window, and it's like in front of Eaton Center. Yeah. And then they point to the other person who's talking, and you see out their window, and it's like Spadina. Oh. And you're just like, okay, if I did not live in Toronto, that would not matter to me in any way, shape, or form. And it does not matter in any way, shape, or form to the story. But at the center going like, that's a fucking lie! Like, my brain's just like screaming at me. Like, oh no.
Yeah, it's like they were clearly just like, they took multiple takes. Yeah. and they were but it was just the same car driving around, and they were probably just doing like a 4-block loop or something.
And they were probably like, oh no, this, you know what, because like across the street from the Eaton Center, there's not, at the time there wasn't really anything exciting. Yes, they've built up some new stuff and whatever, but there wasn't anything really there. So they're probably like, oh, let's go over here. That side looks really nice. So then they just filmed on the other side and then put them together to make them look cool.
Yeah.
And I like, the whole time I sit there watching, I'm like, oh my God. That doesn't even go, he turned a corner and you're at the beaches. What are you talking about? Like, it was driving me crazy.
Yeah.
But also, great story. I like the acting. Except that one lady shows up, and every time she shows up and stuff, the movie falls apart. So I was like, all right, that's a thing that happens. It was expected.
Yeah. I'll have to watch it because it's on my list. That and the Old Boy remake.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm not expecting anything from.
It's the problem with the Old Boy remake is that it is, yes, there's a cool fight sequence in the hallway and stuff, but there's nothing new. They don't add anything. Like, it's not bad.
It's just a Western remake.
It's just not. Yeah. Just there's nothing like worth. Be like, I have to watch this. There's like if you watch it, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So now that we've like tangented for like 20 minutes,
real far apparently. Like
we've talked about 3 separate movies that are not on our list.
No.
I have one final note for 2 actually. So like one, Office Space is a Mike Judge movie.
Yes.
Obviously. So like Beavis and Butthead, Office Space, King of the Hill. Idiocracy.
Yeah. Technically,
that prophetic movie.
Daria is it's
a spin-off of Beavis and Butthead, but it wasn't him.
Yeah, that's true. It was not him. Well, he's got a credit on it, though, I think.
I would imagine, for like creator of or whatever, yeah. I have one line, so I watched all of Daria a while back, and one line just sticks out in my mind. No. And it's like her and what's her friend's name? Joan?
Oh my God.
Or Janet or something like that?
I think it's Janet. I actually haven't watched Daria since it was on air.
Oh, okay.
So I really should rewatch it because I remember really liking that show.
Oh, so the DVDs, they don't have the music licenses. So all of the music is different or missing.
It is Jane.
It's Jane. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, I forget what they're doing or where they're going, but they're walking along a road, or they like leave something, they're walking along a road, and then it just starts raining, and then Daria's just like, oh good, I was feeling too dry.
Wait, why is that the line?
I don't know. I found it just profoundly funny that she would just like make that comment, and I don't know, it sticks out. But anyways, so Mike Judge, obviously, so he did all that stuff, and then also most recently he's done Silicon Valley.
Yes, which I love. It was so good.
Silicon Valley is so good. It's like it's kind of an extension to Office Space.
It is.
But instead of being set in like a pre-established corporate world with all this bureaucracy, it's in like a small, thin, lean startup.
Yeah.
And just like all sorts of it's a different set of corporate shenanigans, and I think it's more investment driven, I think.
Well, yeah, because most of the show is him trying to get money for the startup, but also the pitfalls of what happens when you get the money.
Yeah.
It's so well done, and it makes like it's like I don't even know how to describe it properly, because like you watch it, and I guess because we have both worked in like gaming and like technology and stuff like that, it hits certain notes where you're just like, oh my God, I've met that guy.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
Like there's always that programmer who's like way up his own ass, or there's that programmer who's like I'm so smart, I'm too cool for you, or the guy who's just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I guess this works. And they're just like, you're just like, am I? I don't think so. This is fine.
Oh yeah, the like self-deprecating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah. So like yesterday, I was like, I didn't really like my code, so I was like, I went back and I fixed it. You're just like, it took 8 months to do that code. You did it in 2 nights. What?
Yeah.
And it works better. And it takes less space. How did you? I just was disappointed in what I was doing. You're like, oh my fucking god, get shit like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
And you're still not happy with it.
Yeah, you're just like, I mean, it could be better. Like, you can fire me. Like, I just had to do it. And you're just like, fire? What? Get back to work. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So just sort of the progression of like Mike Judge doing this sort of stuff. And then my last note is, it was a really good camera shot. And so, at some point, I think it was when they were talking about the new timekeeping system or something like that. Okay. So like, it was like a corporate announcement. So they gathered everybody together and everybody's like standing around the cubicles and stuff like that. And they have this big banner. Mm-hmm. And the Bobs are like, okay, so here's what you gotta do. You gotta think, whenever you're doing something, you gotta ask yourself, is this good for the company? Is pointing at the banner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And so he's talking about that and is like, okay, whatever. And then everybody leaves and goes back to work or whatever. And like maybe like a couple shots later, after everybody's left, there's just this high angle shot. The banners at the top, is this good for the company? And then it's looking down into Milton's cubicle. So it's like Milton's sitting there and he's probably muttering because he didn't like get a piece of cake or something like that. And it's just like, is this good for the company? I swear I will burn this place down. And like whatever he's muttering. And I just like, that shot was just like very like chef's kiss.
Yes, yeah. I love it when a movie does at least one shot like that where you're just like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah. And
you're doing it really well. High five.
Yeah. Just like that like not visual comedy, but like...
But it's also like visual foretelling.
Yeah.
It's also visual cue. It has a look into the characters involved. It has a look into everything that's happened before this scene happened. Because obviously after that scene, they've crossed the line and Milton's gonna just fuck shit up at that point in time,
Yeah, then they move into the basement.
Yeah. And you're just like... It's like, what you're doing to Milton good for the company? Maybe not. You know, but they're thinking numbers on a page. They're like, we don't have to pay him. He's still coming to work, so we'll just put him in the basement. We don't care. Yeah. He can't say anything to HR because he technically doesn't work here, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that stuff's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, just thinking of that, another movie that's really good for it is Paddington.
Paddington 2 or Paddington?
Paddington 1, I believe.
Never watched the first one.
Honestly, both of them very good movies. Highly recommend. But the first one, he like leaves his parents from his grandparents from darkest Peru, and he goes to London. To London, yeah. And he's at Paddington Station, so he's sitting on his luggage on the platform, and then I forget exactly what was said or whatever, but then all of a sudden like a light turned on above his head, and it was like whatever like information kiosk or something was behind him. I'm completely ruining this, so I apologize to the listeners. But yeah, just this like light bulb goes on above his head, and it's just like, oh, that was funny.
No. Okay.
Sorry, I'm also very bad at stories in general. Yeah. So once again, apologizing to everyone out there in listener land.
I'm pretty sure if they've seen the movie, they understand, and if they haven't, like me, you're just like, what? Maybe I should watch this movie. So either way, Paddington wins.
A+, do recommend. Okay. Thumbs up.
Yeah, I've actually only seen Paddington 2 because there were so many like cultural things saying, haven't you seen Paddington 2? It's amazing, blah, 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 blah. But nobody actually told me to watch Paddington 2, so I was fine with watching it. And I really did enjoy it. It's because I think I've said this before, or you know this, is that if people keep telling me to watch something, it's very unlikely I'll watch something.
Or at least in due time.
Yeah, like it's gonna be like 5 years after the last time somebody told me to watch it, that's when I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if it just keeps popping up in stuff, and I was like, maybe I should watch this just so I get the reference, then I'll watch it. Yeah. Yeah. It's a thing.
Next time you're like sick or feeling low, Paddington.
See, I'd watch Paddington too. Actually, no, that's a lot. When I'm feeling low, I watch Aladdin and the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Okay.
Yeah, those make you feel real
interesting.
Good.
All right.
And then if I'm still feeling sad, Finding Nemo, and then like Trolls or Sing, something that's a little hyper.
Okay, I can get behind like Trolls and Sing because they're like upbeat and stuff. Yeah. What about Aladdin? Does it for? Is it Prince Ali out?
Okay, first of all of the Ali Ababwa. Thank you.
Sorry, I lost my footing with my speech. So
it's okay.
Prince Ali, fabulous he is what it that's what fell off the thought train, and so I couldn't complete my sentence.
It's okay. You're like, there's something in between. I know there's something in between.
Ali Ababwa.
Yeah. And then he shows up and Jafar's like, Prince Abubu. And he's like, Ababwa. I love that part. I don't know. Like, the songs are immediately memorable and fun. So, again.
They're bangers.
Singing, dancing, getting into it. And then, it's a redemption story. And it's funny. And it's kind of silly. And at the end, you're just like, yay! Great, SpongeBob movie is just fucking entertaining. Just fucking love it. It's fantastic.
I know very little about SpongeBob.
That's fine. You should still just watch the first one.
Just the first movie?
SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie.
Yeah.
Just watch it. You'll be entertained.
Okay.
All the other movies after that kind of suck. The TV show, it's pretty good.
I've seen like bits of the TV show.
Yeah.
And also, weirdly, I have a Game Boy Advance cartridge that has a SpongeBob TV show on it.
Did it come with the Game Boy, or did you buy it?
I bought it as like part of like a bunch of games and stuff. But I was just like,
did you ever watch it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I kind of want to go home and watch it now, but
okay. I don't know. I find SpongeBob entertaining.
Yeah.
But also, like with The Simpsons, it hasn't been entertaining in a while, so I don't know if I'm a fan.
I mean, I do appreciate it for like a bunch of things, but also it's like it's smart in some ways, and I appreciate it for that. But then also it's very kind of slapstick and childish, which I think when it initially started airing, I was too old for, and so I overlooked it.
Oh, I was definitely too old to watch that show when it first started.
Yeah.
I did anyways.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, there's definitely some stuff that I'm too old for that I watch anyway. So, but it's just like SpongeBob is like one of those things that like, not to say this in a negative way, but it's like a hole in my repertoire.
Yeah, I mean, I think
everybody has that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, is that like no matter how nerdy / geeky you are, there's a hole somewhere in your repertoire. You're gonna there's not enough time, especially at this time and age, where you have enough time to absorb everything.
Yeah,
you can't physically do it unless you start. Well, no, not even if you start from the day you're born to the day you die. You're not. You can't really consume everything. Because you have to do things like eat and sleep and go to the bathroom.
Plus, you got to do your homework. You got to go back in time. You got to watch Casablanca. Yeah. Amazing movie.
Imagine you're born, turn on a TV, and you're just like, gaga, goo goo. You don't know what you're looking at. You don't understand anything. Then you got to go back and rewatch everything from the first 10 years of your life.
Yeah. And you got to keep up with all this new stuff that's coming out.
It's coming out as well. Yeah. Which is, it's an immense amount of stuff. There's so much stuff out there. That's why my list of to watch keeps getting longer and longer and longer, is because by the time I actually watch something that was on my list, there's 10 other things added to it. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna go back and watch the X-Files. Like, that's just how it works.
Yeah.
Or Star Trek, or Castle, or The Simpsons, or Seinfeld, or... I know I shouldn't be saying this out loud, but The Big Bang Theory. Do it all the time. It's fine.
I'm just gonna stay silent and hear other shows that you list.
Yeah, there's a few shows that are just like, I don't want to, because the thing is when you, especially when you watch something
comfort
new,
food.
They're comfort food. Yeah,
They're comfort food.
Because
I totally get that.
If you watch something new, it's not just you have to pay attention to it, but it's getting into it. Whereas when you know everything's gonna happen, you can not. I'm not just talking about like playing on your phone. Like I'll put on like Star Trek or something and like do the dishes and clean and blah blah blah. But if it's something new, I gotta sit there.
You gotta sit there and watch it. You gotta pay attention. You gotta learn all the players.
Exactly. And no matter how much I love that show after I started watching it, it was an actual effort to sit there and watch it. So it's like, how much effort am I willing to put out for something that may disappoint compared to something that I know I will enjoy?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big difference.
But also, I mean, we're getting philosophical here.
Yeah.
But now it's like, what am I saying? Or what I'm trying to say, I think it's like an opportunity cost a little bit, where it's like you're investing your time into something that might not pan out, but also you're missing out if it does pan out.
Exactly.
So
I agree. I think about it like going to a restaurant. And like you've been to this restaurant like 5 times, and every time you're there, you get a burger and you get like a shake. And you're like, because the burger's so fucking good and the shake is so good. But they've got like 35 pages, and you could get something else that could be equally amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you just want to get the thing that you know is going to satisfy you? And I feel that way about TV half the time, where I'm just like, TV's like this whole menu, or even movies, this whole menu of stuff. But you're like, no, I've had this thing, and it's so good. But what if I could have the other thing, and it could be as good, or it could be shit, and then I'm going to be like, what did I do?
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I agree to some extent. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I guess I'm more open to trying something.
So do you have any other comments about the old school? No, Office Space.
Office Space or Old School. Let me consult my notebook here. His girlfriend who was cheating on him. Oh, his girlfriend who was cheating on him.
Oh yeah, that's who took him to the hypnotist.
Yeah. Yes. It's like, I get the feeling she's cheating on me. Yeah, I get that feeling too, man. What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I've also realized there's lots of people from Mad TV in this movie, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Well, the kid who comes to the door, who's like selling magazines. If he buys magazines.
Yeah.
Him, the cheating girlfriend.
I'm recovering from a cocaine addiction.
The cheating girlfriend. She's also from Mad TV.
Oh, okay.
Well, the neighbor was from the Drew Carey show.
Yeah.
To be honest, I did not rewatch Office Space yesterday. I only got through Old School.
That's fair.
So
I didn't watch either of them yesterday.
What?
Yeah. No, what? I'm basing everything off of my notes and my previous watch through last March.
Oh no, it's January.
Oh, it's January. Oh, yes, wow. This is a full year. This is a full year.
This was supposed to be the first episode of last year.
Whoops.
Yes, it's been a full year. I definitely watched. I don't know why I put on Old School first. Then I should have put on Office Space because I definitely have not watched Office Space past the recording last year, but I definitely watched Old School
more recently. Well, yes. Like you said, it is one of your comfort foods.
Yeah, and it's like Office Space never shows on TV anymore, like almost never.
It is. I wanna liken it a little bit to maybe Shaun of the Dead a little bit, where it's one of those movies where you watch it and it's like, this is funny, but if you watch it too often, it loses itself. It loses that funny edge because it's like, it's like, oh, he's going to slip on some blood here.
Yeah.
And so like when you first see it, it's like, oh, that's funny. But then when you see it like a week later, it's like, and he's about to slip on some blood. Mm-hmm. Okay, I should have laughed there, but you know,
we know,
yeah.
But but can we also say maybe it's because those two movies are cult favorites than
I would agree with
mainstream?
That. Yeah, definitely Office Space. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Shaun of the Dead too.
Oh
because,
yeah, sorry. Shaun of the Dead is as well, but
yeah.
I feel like Shaun of the Dead at this point in time probably gets more airplay than Office Space.
Oh yeah, every Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But
yeah, I think that might be
the holiday works in there pretty well. So
it does, yeah. Whereas
Office Space can. This is like a random Tuesday,
exactly,
or should I say Monday?
Monday, probably. Wait, is this the movie where they say someone's got a case of the Mondays?
Nah, man, I reckon you get punched in the face for saying something like that.
I don't know that.
No, that is this movie.
That is this movie?
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
God, I hate that so much.
Yeah.
So much.
Like I said, I reckon somebody get punched in the face for saying that.
Yeah.
Because that's what the neighbor says.
They should. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any more notes about this, but I also think both of these movies are still very funny and people should still watch them.
They hold up. Office Space is definitely, it's a slow burn. It's more ironic humor.
Yes.
And also you're gonna probably get more out of it if you've worked in an office before.
Yes. We didn't even talk about Jennifer Aniston working in the restaurant.
Oh my God, yeah. 13 pieces of flair.
Yes. And she's like, but I have the flair. She's like, but you only have the minimum amount of flair. But like, I would be like, go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
I would be done.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is not, no. That guy's on crack or something. He's way too excited to be you.
Brian. Do you want me to be like Brian? Because if you want me to be like Brian, then why don't you make 26 the minimum number of pieces of flair?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it should be, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you've worked in a restaurant, that part hits you as well.
Yeah.
I have never worked in a restaurant.
Neither have I.
I have worked retail and then in an office, but not in a restaurant. And I will tell you, as a person who worked retail, people are even dumber than you think they are. Just an FYI. It's so painful.
It's pretty bad. Also having worked retail. Mm-hmm. You know the phrase, the customer's always right?
That's a stupid phrase.
Turns out, similar to one bad apple, or the, blood is thicker than water? Mm-hmm. Those are only partial quotes.
Of course they are. Why would you say the rest of it that would make it actually make sense?
Yeah. So, the customer is always correct in matters of taste. Mm-hmm. That's the full quote.
That's the full quote?
That's the full quote.
Oh. For some reason, because I went to school for business, and literally one of my teachers was like, look, I know people say the customer's always right, but they're not right if they're going to cost you money. Just tell them no. Mm-hmm. And it's always the asshole who is the wrongest, who's like, the customer's always right. I'm like, fuck off. Like, no.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding. Yeah. What's the other ones?
Oh, so, it's like, oh, it's just one bad apple.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, there's one bad apple. But the quote is, one bad apple spoils the bunch.
Yes. That one I know.
Yeah.
The Jackson 5 had a whole song about it.
Oh, okay.
One bad apple, boy, the whole bunch, girl. No? Okay. Actually, they say don't spoil the whole bunch of that one. Never mind.
Okay. I only know my ABCs.
Okay. That's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And do re mi.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sound of Music. Yeah. All up in there.
All up in it.
And then the other one is blood is thicker than water, which the full line is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So you think blood is thicker than water, and so you think it's like, oh, family comes first. Mm-hmm. But actually, it's the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So your friendship is actually, the more important than family.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know. That one I had no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Sometimes looking up some of these, what are they, proverbs?
Proverbs, quotables. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. Getting like the history
The
of
full
them.
context on
the
it.
full context. Yeah, because I was reading one about, what was it? It's oh God, what's the one where
Just say random words.
something of the flattery. Oh my God,
Flattery will get you nowhere.
no, it's imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yes. Okay.
That's what I was going for. Oh
Okay.
my God. But apparently the quote is crazier than that. And I don't know why I brought it up, because that means I have to find what the full quote is. Oh, there it goes. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness.
Huh.
That's the full quote.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I first heard that whole thing, I was just like, oh, they are being stupid and I'm better than them. Okay, cool. That's all I thought. It's fine. Yes. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that one for the first time the other day, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And it's Oscar Wilde or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who said it? And I was like, he is about right. Oh, but he's one of the people that popularized the phrase.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But yes. But yeah, no, I agree. I think both of these movies aged really well. I still really like both of them. They're both really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I will probably get my viewing of Office Space in sometime this year, but I've already got my old school viewing in, so it's probably happen a couple more times. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, definitely 2 thumbs up, 1 for each.
Yay! And if you haven't watched either of these, I think you should watch it. I think you might enjoy them. Don't laugh at the technology in Office Space. That's all I'm asking. You have CRT monitors and like the floppy disks and Y2K.
You can laugh at the printer though.
Laugh at the printer. You're supposed to laugh at the printer.
Yeah.
Or sacrifice a goat for it. Whichever one you prefer.
Why not both?
That's true. Laugh as you sacrifice a goat to a printer. I don't. That seems.
I mean,
different.
Sacrificing a goat seems like a good time to practice your evil laugh.
That's true. Like
That's the one.
That's a good one. Okay. I do practice. It's a thing that I do. One day I'll be a villain with like a heart of gold or something. It's fine. You know what?
Robin Hood. You can be Robin Hood.
I don't want to be Robin Hood. That seems lame.
Well, a villain with a heart of gold.
He's not technically a villain. He's a person with a heart of gold who does bad things to get what he wants.
I would argue he's an anti-hero.
He is an anti-hero. Fine. Yes, that's the definition.
But isn't that like a villain kind of?
No, not really.
Look, he's breaking the law.
He is breaking the law. He is, but that's another philosophical subject that I'm not going to get into, because damn, the law is wrong a lot. Just an FYI. We're going to stop there. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, thank you so much for coming and doing this episode with me.
Thank you for having me again for these movies.
You're very welcome. I'm very glad we actually finally got around to doing it. So
Me
put
too.
it out there. I'm still missing like 10 episodes from last year, but we'll figure something out else later. It's fine.
We'll slot them in
Somewhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. Yes.
I say that like I'm a part of it, but
I'll be like, so do you want to do it? You can do it. I'll just give it to you. It's fine. That's it for this episode of Off My Shelf. Until next time, you can follow along on Instagram and Twitter at ohmyshelf, or you can send an email to ohmyshelf@gmail.com. Well, that's it until next time. Hope you'll be here to listen.